Alright, this is storyline number 4 of the Focus project. As you can see here, I'm cutting after I returned home from being stumped. The stump I was cutting down that I was going to use for the backboard and the seat of the Focus project. It didn't work out for me, so I returned home to do other work. And here I'm cutting the roots off the legs of the Focus project. And you can see here in the background, I cannot use the crosscut saw because of the sap in the project, the sap in the roots. It actually makes the crosscut saw bind up so much that I can't use it. As you can see here, I'm using the buck saw because the blade is small enough it won't bind up. When the sap heats up, it heats up to the point where it cannot cut anymore. But in some areas it works, so I'd use it where I could. But this was the hardest part of the project. I have hours and hours of video of me where just the saw would bind up and I couldn't use it. I'd have to use the buck saw here, or I'd even have to, as you can see, use a chisel and chisel out the sap just to make room to use the other saw. As you can see here, I'm having so much trouble cutting that I actually have to stand up on the box and use downward force to push down through the sap. Just because of what I was working with, I'd actually ripped the screws out of the strap that was holding down the legs. I cut that part out, but like this was by far the hardest part of the project, just because of the sap in the wood. And that's storyline number 4.